Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode. So today we're going to be taking a look at some of the ESCs that I've tested till this day. I think within the past, I would say probably 3 months or so. So there isn't many ESCs coming out lately, and I just want to do a little recap over everything with some of their current pricing, if some of the pricing has changed, and how each of them actually performed and how they stack up against each other. So let's take a look here. So one ESC we're going to be taking a look at its testing results is the Emax Formula. This is a 32-bit ESC, and it's going for 15 bucks. Also the Gemfan Maverick, which is 12 bucks, but it's also BL32. The HakRC, which was the best budget until we tested another one, and I'll show you that in a little bit. The XUAV, the Tekko32, and the Flycolor Raptor Pro. This one is just incredible. It's really incredible. I'll show you the difference right now. So let's go ahead and start with the Emax. Let's compare a $15 ESC. It's a 32-bit ESC, but I wanted to compare it next to the Raptor here. But this is not a BL32. This is a BL ESC. So let's take a look at their testing results. So here we have the Emax formula, which we'll see right now. Just give me a moment. There it is. Okay, so here it is, and here's the throttle. So here's the throttle noise for the Emax formula. And here is the noise, like just an aggressive flight maneuvers type of noise to be expected while you're flying to see in your system. So there we can see that. Let's just quickly compare it next to, let's just say that Flycolor ESC real quick. So let's go ahead and pull that up. And here is the Flycolor noise. Okay, check this out. And here is the throttle. Is that it? No. Okay, I kind of mixed them around. Okay, so on the right now we have the Flycolor, and on the left we have the Emax formula. And as you can tell here, it's pretty damn good, like really good, like super good, which is pretty insane for a little cheap ESC. Now let's just see if we want to compare the Emax formula to the current top of the line ESC that I have tested till this date, which is the Tekko32. Okay, so this is the 4-in-1. Just give me a moment. That's not it. Okay, so here it is. Here's Tekko, and then I don't have the noise currently. I don't know where I placed it, but that's fine. But you can get an idea here of how crazy the Tekko32 is. You could totally hear this in the motor, which is just spectacular. So yeah, so far the Flycolor is doing an absolute beautiful job. Now before I tested the Flycolor, before the Flycolor came out or I received it, there was another one which was called the HakRC, sorry. And it's this one here. So what is this right now? This is Flycolor. These are both Flycolor on the right. So on the left side, we're going to go ahead and bring in the HakRC ESC. So here's the throttle noise, which as you can tell, it's still pretty damn good. And let's go ahead and bring in the noise. So if we take a look here, it's pretty similar actually, believe it or not. However, this is a BL32 ESC, which if you increase the PWM frequency, you could possibly buff some of this noise out. So overall, these two are still very good budget ESCs. However, there's something you guys need to take note of. The new batch of the HakRC is completely different. They removed the tantalum caps, and they removed some other things. Now, I still haven't gotten a pair of those yet, but they're still selling under the same name. But it seems as if they've gotten cheaper. So this is something to take note of. So I really hope it doesn't become a trend now, where they just send it to reviewers, and then after the reviewer gets it, reviews it, does a good review, and then they say, okay, the name is good now, we can do whatever the hell we want to it. Kind of like what we see in batteries, what really happens to batteries, and I really hope that doesn't become a trend now. And for that to not happen, that's why I'm making the certificates for ESCs. And the certification is also going to be not just to summarize, not just the testing. I've also got a microscope to actually give you nice, beautiful HD pictures of the whole board layout, as well as a thermal camera to actually see the thermals of the ESC as we're running it and as we're stress testing it and all that kind of crazy good stuff. So I did invest in some of those. They're gonna probably need like 2 weeks to get here, where I'm gonna redo the current certificates also, and to give us a proper ESC review. Thus you can verify if it's the same exact ESC that you got when you take off the sticker. For example, you can see, oh wait, this board is completely different. Thus you guys could let me know, let other people know, and then we don't have a risk of anyone getting basically screwed over. So that's the whole another big idea of why I really want this to also trend to save your butts from wasting money. All right, so let's go ahead and take another one. There's a Gemfan that released a new ESC. And this one is a BL32 ESC. It's a Gemfan Maverick. It's not the greatest, actually. I would expect a little bit more, to be honest. There it is. As you can tell, this is the noise level. And if you could tell here, this is the HakRC right there. And then this is the Flycolor. And the Maverick was just, yeah, it's not bad here. It's okay. But it's not good either for like 14. I think it was 14 bucks. Let's just double check its price here. So the Gemfan Maverick was what? 12 bucks. Okay, 12 bucks out of stock. It's not bad, but it's not good either. So it's just like, you know, just the average. This is what I consider average. Now let's just take a look at the noise, because I really don't remember how bad the noise was on this one. So if we take a look here, that's pretty bad actually. You can see that it's pretty bad. It's a little bit worse than the HakRC, as you can tell right there, just a little bit. But you know, the bigger lines, the worse, because this is actually voltage, and this is voltage fluctuation. I mean, it's just going up and down, up and down, up and down. And you kind of, in reality or in theory, you want this to be a flat line, or at least as close to a flat line as possible. Which, you know, some ESCs do a great job of it, like the Flycolor here. And as you can tell here, it doesn't have many variations in the voltage, and that's what is noise. This just makes noise into the system. And so as you can tell, the Gemfan Maverick wasn't the best, obviously. This is what I consider somewhat almost to be bad, but it's still average. It's still very controversial. I still need a lot more data. They're just not coming out with much ESCs out lately, so. But I heard Flycolor is releasing some new ones. HakRC is releasing a new 4-in-1 ESC, which is 6S capable. And I think Hollybro is releasing some new things also. For example, the AT-Lateral V2. I got a prototype of that. I still haven't used it, but we take a look at it, and I really do hope they install the shielding on that one. But so back to my point, the Gemfan Maverick here, it's, you know, not that great. So let's close this. So we're just having the two budget ESCs. This is a BL32, and this is just the BL which is the Flycolor and the HakRC. Let's see what do we have next on the list. We have here Emax Formula, HakRC. Let me just double check here. I know I have a couple more. Okay, so here's another one called the Phoenix. Now this one, yeah, this is from this is from Little B, or Favorite Little B, or Favorite, whatever that company's called. It's not my favorite. That's what it's called, Favorite. Here, I was just like, okay, maybe it could be good. You know, I gave it the benefit of the doubt when I got this. This is the, I forgot what it's called, the Favorite Phoenix. I'll leave a link to it down below. It's pretty cheap. I think it was cheap, or I think it was hella expensive. Let's just take a look at the noise here. Look at this. This is something you don't want. I remember back in the day, it's not even back in the day, it was like maybe more like 7 months ago, 8 months ago. People were complaining that they would put these on and things would just start catching fire on their quads. So this amount of voltage rate, look at this. This thing jumped up 35.2 volts. I mean, all that with amperage coming back into the system. You know, the bigger the voltage, the more current it could hold. So basically, the bigger the voltage, the bigger the hose is that's carrying the water. So there's more water current going through to attack everything else. You see what I mean? Kind of like a fire hose. If you're using a tiny fire hose, you can only do so much. You can only carry so much water to affect something. But if you have a huge ass hose, you could carry a lot more water, which could, like under high pressure, which could really make damage. And this is what we kind of see here. They just have the worst design of ESCs on the planet. And I am truly sorry. I'm not even sorry, to be honest. You got to step up your game. Every ESC I've tested from your company was absolutely terrible. So hopefully you're watching. I mean, this is terrible, you know. And you guys, you're not even charging us $5. You're charging us like fucking $20 sometimes. It's ridiculous. Let's just find it here real quick. So let's just see here. Where is it? There we go. All right. So let's just see. Oh fuck. God damn it. Let's see how much this thing costs. Favorite Phoenix. Okay, well, I don't know if they're making it anymore. But anyways, this is not a very good ESC at all. Like, really at all. You should totally avoid. So there was also another one called the XUAV. This was a BL32 ESC. And it looked okay. It's $13. Take 35 amps, and the burst current, I mean, it looks like, see, it has a very tiny capacitor, right? But I'm glad it has some caps. So I mean, it looks okay. It was all right. I was very curious how this is going to be. You know, you never know, it could be one of the best things out there. So how did this one perform against, you know, these right here? So let's just go ahead and take a look at it. So we're gonna go ahead and check the throttle noise here. Throttle noise, I didn't like that, and there's a little hiccup right there, and this did not sound smooth, huh? So there's a little hiccup there, and it didn't look so good. This is like right at the edge of, you know, this is, I mean, I can't even tell, like, really. And here it is, here's the noise. So yeah, for example, here we'll stack it up next to, this is the HakRC, which is like $9, but this is the V1. This is the first batch, not the second batch. This is the first batch, which was a good batch. I don't know how the second batch is. It could be better, it could be a lot worse, I don't know. As you can tell here, this was having some very nasty dips and spikes, so yes, it's not that great compared. And I think I'm going to use these two as the benchmark for all ESCs, to be honest. I think that's the best way to go about it. Look how it compares next to a $10 ESC. We're crazy. This is the Flycolor on the right now, and this is the XUAV. It's a BL32 ESC. Obviously, it's not good, and you could totally hear that in the motor. So let's see, what else do we have here? We have the Tekko32, which is obviously pretty good. So yeah, let's put this into perspective. Here's the best two budget ESCs. Now let's take a look at the Tekko32 noise. I can't find where I put this is the throttle noise. So as you can tell here, this is what I consider a perfect result. I've never ever gotten anything better than this, ever, in all my life of testing. This was the best I've ever seen, which is really jaw-dropping. It's just insane here how crazy good these are. And here it is compared to the Flycolor. It's not that big of a difference. It's really not that big of a difference. It's pretty crazy. Here's a Tekko 4-in-1 ESC. Now, it looks better, but in reality, it's not better. Now, let me explain this. I'm not saying that it's bad. It's not better than the single ESC, because here on the Tekko 4-in-1 ESC, all of the capacitors on that big board were basically active for just that one motor running, thus giving you this insane looking testing result. But it's still pretty good, because if we do the same exact test on all other 4-in-1 ESCs, we could still get an idea. So I think here I even have the HakRC engine throttle noise. So you could tell there's a pretty big difference. There's a pretty big difference here. So this is why I was telling you the Tekko32 4-in-1 ESC is the best on bench testing. I still haven't even put it on the quad yet, and this is going to be the next build. But the HakRC obviously was the second best ESC I've ever seen, 4-in-1 ESC I've ever seen, and it still performs very well. Now, some people might choose the HakRC engine over the Tekko, because the Tekko's capacitor array they put so many caps in there that sometimes when you're putting the standoffs, people are popping off the caps, thus losing some of the filtration, thus losing some issues or causing some issues with the quadcopter or the 4-in-1 ESC. However, HakRC has it completely closed up with the heatsink, which is pretty good to see. Alright, so let's see what else do we have here, because I saw more ESCs that I've tested, and let's take a look here. Okay, there's another one here. It was called the HE. I call it the HE ESC. I don't even know what the hell it was called. I'll leave a link to everything down below. Okay, so here we go. We got these two. So let's go ahead and take a look at its throttle here. This was a pretty expensive ESC, if I remember correctly. As you can tell, it's not so great. It's not great at all, actually. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not good either. And you see these this is little hiccups right here. This is something you don't want to see. Look how smooth this is. There's no hiccups in here. And if we zoomed in, I usually don't want to zoom in and go into detail, because most of you are like, we don't want such long videos. So to try to summarize just the things that you need to know. Like, should you buy it? Yes or no? That's what people want to click on the video for. At least most of the people. But now people are telling me to go into detail. So I'm just lost in the middle. I really don't know what the hell you guys want, to be honest. So let me know in the comment section. Again, maybe we'll re-update or re-evaluate this suggestion. So as you can tell here, also the HakRC BL32 throttle noise was pretty clean. Look at it. There was no hiccups. You could totally see the hiccup there. Here it was a little bit going crazy. But overall, you know, the two budget ESCs still outperform a lot of ESCs, to be honest. So let's go ahead and check out the noise on the HE ESC, and I'll leave it linked down below calling it the HE ESC. It's not HE ESC, I just cannot tell what the hell it's called. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the HE ESC noise here. Yeah, you see that? Now, this is kind of unique and kind of trippy, because, you know, okay, it's noise, but it looks like it has a lot of, kind of, we could say like a backfire. It's like glitching, you know? There's something wrong with the signal that's going in, I guess, or being affected by the noise. Maybe it's not filtered out very good between the MCU and the signal, thus the noise is getting into the signal and making it do weird stuff like these little glitches. Like this is not something typical you would see on a noise test, kind of. It's very rare to see this. You could totally see it's glitching. It's constant. It's like, I don't know, I can't tell. Here we have it also, but here it's a lot worse. I mean, here you can hear this, like, you could hear the grinding. It's just so nasty. It just makes the hair the hair on your back just stand up. I mean, it's disgusting. But overall, yeah, this didn't do so well. Obviously, you can see that 31 volts maximum, but you know, it's not bad, but actually, it's almost bad. It's almost bad. It's bad, actually. I wouldn't purchase this, to be honest. I wouldn't recommend you purchase this at all. If you did, go stick a low ESR capacitor. That'll kind of clean that up. So let's see what we have here. Here we have a Racerstar, the old Racerstar. Oh no, this is the Racerstar Pro. Okay. This is the new Racerstar that came out. They also give you a low ESR capacitor with it. Let's take a look at it. So let's just take a look at it without the low ESR capacitor. Where is it? It is right here. So it wasn't good, but I think it was pretty cheap. So let's just compare it to the HakRC. It's alright. It's not bad when you look at it here, but as you can tell here, there's no little, you know, glitches or twitches. It's pretty consistent, pretty smooth. It's not bad. It's okay. And if you added that low ESR capacitor they provide you, look what happens. Basically, it becomes a Tekko32. So it makes it a lot better. So this one wasn't that bad just because they give you something to fix the problem if you do have any issues. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the noise here. So let's see the noise without a low ESR capacitor. Here it is. Alright, so this is the noise without a low ESR capacitor. It's not good. There's a lot more noise at lower frequencies, I guess I would say, or higher frequencies. But you could totally see that the spikes are not that bad. So that's kind of good, but it still has noise. I mean, it's not bad at all. It's like, it's pretty good, you know. If you bought this, you're all right with it. Now I can't tell you how it's going to perform in real life. I mean, like, if longevity and all these things, I can't say that for you. I just can't answer that. I just show you this here. And if you added the low ESR capacitor that this Racerstar Pro gave you, this is what you would expect as a result after it, which is pretty good, and it sounded insanely beautiful. So low ESR capacitor does make a huge difference. I mean, here it is against the HakRC, here it is against the Flycolor. Now, if you obviously put a low ESR capacitor on the Flycolor, it'll make it a lot better. However, you know, there's a little theory that says, it could possibly hinder some performance. So if you're already pretty good and you add a low ESR capacitor, does it suck some of the performance out of that ESC? I haven't tested it yet. I'm preparing my testing stand right now, and it should be pretty good and pretty interesting. I can't wait to actually get started on that. So yeah, so here, always the little B ESCs, or the favorite little B, are just terrible. I mean, look at this. This is it. It is ridiculously terrible, like really bad. I don't know what to tell you here, but yeah, that's really it here. There's a couple new ESCs that came out also. Let me get into that right now, actually. There's a couple ones like the Mamba ESC. I don't know if you guys seen it. So these are catching fire right now, and the theory was Flycolor is making them, but actually Flycolor is not making them. Flycolor, I think something they were making it at a manufacturer or something. I'm not sure yet, but Flycolor will be releasing some ESC like that. However, it's going to be a second version. I don't know how I'm gonna find it. Actually, the Diatone were using those ESCs. I feel bad for Diatone. They got screwed with that one. But you should be able to bitch until you get your replacement, to be honest. That's what I would do. I wouldn't shut up. Alright, so let's see. Mamba ESC, I think it's called. It's like this really long ESC meant for like super thin arms. And these are still, I still have these for I don't know how many years now, and they're still rock solid. But they're fucking $17. Well, I guess they're $17 because they're good. Why is China more expensive than EU and everything? What the hell? That was trippy. So if you buy them from the US, they're 14 bucks now. And these are pretty good ESCs. They're pretty noisy. I don't remember. I should retest these. Oh, no, we didn't test those. I should actually retest these and take a look at them, because these are going to be pretty interesting. Very interesting they should be, these ones, actually. But yeah, these are pretty good. These are still lasting. I never had one burn out on me, to be honest. I've had the 40 amp version burn out, but then they discontinued it. I don't know if they brought it back again. That one had a little issue there. That was a long time ago. I never even made a video on them. It was just me using them. I put them on a build, But yeah, let's just see if we can kind of get an idea if we can try to get old ESCs here and see what we could find. Because the newer ones, we're gonna find them right now, obviously. But you know, just you gotta be careful. You just never know. You never know what you're gonna get. And the ESC is a very, very, very important aspect of your whole quadcopter. It can dictate how your quadcopter is gonna fly. It all comes down to the ESC. It's how well because it's the one that's processing all the voltage in your whole quadcopter. And if that's dirty, then everything else is getting dirty stuff. And depending on everything else, how it reacts to dirty voltage, that's how your quad's gonna react. So take that into consideration. The Rev 35 I would totally avoid. It's the first generation Airbot Typhoon 4-in-1 BL Heli S ESCs. You just have a shitload in stock they're trying to get rid of. And these are just yeah, they're pretty damn noisy, like really noisy. I still have this on the way. It's stuck with another order, so I'll be waiting for this to come in. Oh yeah, the Solo Good. We tested the Solo Good, so let's just take a look at the Solo Good here. Let me see if I could find it right there. Or we'll find it in a little bit. It's gonna take too much time. This is an 80 amp ESC. I'm gonna try to get one. I'll try to actually request this one from Banggood, see if they'll give it to me. Hummingbird, I'm gonna try to get one of these. That's for sure. But where is the Mamba? So yeah, these you see these are $38 right now. This is this one right here. It's really good. But again, you don't put a 5S. If you put a 5S, you have a huge risk of burning it, like really bad. This is the HE ESC I was talking about, which wasn't that good. It's $16. $16 is a bit too much. $18 was the XUAV. So the XUAV was yeah, it's a bit expensive, but it's not really worth the $18 in my opinion. Let's see if we could find the Mambas. Maybe they even removed them completely off Banggood because they were pretty terrible, or maybe they just sold them out and they're waiting for the new batch now. So let's see. Here's more XUAV. Oh, so here's the Phoenix. This is the Cloud Phoenix. This is the worst. It's $14. So it's probably costing them like $3 to make, maybe, and they're just selling it for, I don't know, $1 trillion. And it's a terrible ESC. It's a really bad ESC. It's like they made it to burn itself and burn other components just to keep replacing them. So yeah, this is, yeah, you know, you can do a lot better for less than $14. I mean, you can get those Flycolor and still have money over to buy an extra motor, because you're definitely gonna break a motor. I break motors all the time. So yeah, the Mambas, they removed them for some reason. I don't know why. They're pretty long, and they have a heatsink, and they come on the diatone, the newer diatones here. But yeah, I don't think they have. These were okay. These weren't bad. I need to find the results for them. And the F30s were the F30s weren't so good. I wouldn't pay $17 for these ESCs. I can tell you that right now. No way in hell. $13 maybe. $10, hell yeah. But other than that, I wouldn't even pay. I'd just buy Flycolor. That's it. And if I wanted to go super expensive, I'd just go get myself some Ticos. That's it. It's just those are the only two right now. And the HakRC is good also, but you have to be careful because the HakRC has the new batch, which I don't know. I haven't gotten my hands on it yet, so I cannot answer that one. So yeah. This looks very familiar, this layout here. I remember this layout from something. This layout, he was using this. This looks like the Hobby, no, is it? I can't tell. Kind of looks like the Hobby Wing 4-in-1 ESC, the X rotor. Star F4S, where is it? Where is the Star F4S? It's by far one of my favorite. Oh wow, it jumped up in price? Really? It was like $60. What happened? I think there's a bug here again in my system here. It was like $60-70. It jumped up in price. I think it's because it's good. Maybe they did an update on it. I don't know. But maybe sometimes I get a bug on Explorer here or Edge, Microsoft Edge. I don't even use this browser. I just use it for videos. Just because I don't have any, you know, private data on there to get leaked in any sort of way. DYS ARIA are still good. I really need to retest them in the new testing scenarios that we've been doing. I think that'll really put it into perspective how good they were compared to what's coming out now. But they were pretty damn good. I can tell you that. I really loved them. I really did like them. But now I think everything else now is a little bit better. It's pretty crazy because they didn't have much filtration on board and they were doing pretty damn good. I really like that. but they're $16. For $16 now you can get some better. Let's see what else. These are okay. And yeah, they removed those DYS Mamba ESCs. Bullet, stay away from Bullet ESCs. They're terrible. Really bad ESCs. This is the same Flycolor. Look, if you get it by itself, it's $12.35. If you get that combo, it's $38. So if you ever break one, you might as well just go get another 4. That's what I would do. And then later on, just, you know, try to figure how to match them out. These are okay. The Hobbywing X Rotor ESCs, I remember. These are alright, but they're too expensive. I wouldn't get them. Personally, I wouldn't go purchase these. But yeah. So really, I mean, you just have 3 options at the current moment of time, or 3 options that I have tested at the current moment of time, which I would recommend for anyone. But you know, actually 2. It drops down to 2 now, because this one, obviously, they made a second batch, which I don't know how well it performs. So the Tekko32 DYS RE, I believe, and the Flycolor is pretty good, and also I think the Emax formula was pretty decent. I forgot. Let's see it again. Here it is. I don't know. It's up to you. But yeah, it's not. It's okay, but it's a little bit overpriced, I think, for the performance that it's giving out. Emax lately has been, I think, half-assing their jobs, half-assing their designs and their work. Let's see their new motors. I got those new motors that they just released. I'm going to put them on my new motor testing quad, and we're going to take a look how well that performs. And I think that's going to conclude it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know how long I've been recording for, but it's just a little overview and a little recap of everything that has happened or I've tested, and just yeah, and there's going to be a new chapter in the ESC testing, which I'm still getting down right now. I'm preparing everything for it, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And I really hope the ESC certificates kind of actually become the norm, so we can really make sure we're getting what we're paying for. And yeah, and that's gonna conclude it for this video, guys. So please consider joining my Patreon. It'll really support the channel. You could also use the affiliate links down below. Those greatly support the channel. And that's it, guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. See you guys. Take care.